Alright, what is going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? The ACMJ's Gamer here. Today we're here to talk about Starfield. There's a Q&A video released earlier this week by Bethesda. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. And as we all know, with Fallout 4, we had a voiced protagonist that was quite different from what we had with Skyrim, where we were a silent protagonist, and that's apparently what they're going back to for Starfield, as we saw in some of the trailers. Something that's unique that Todd Howard has said, as you can see here, is that in terms of persuasion, there's going to be a point system that apparently feels very natural in implementation, according to Todd Howard. Now, moving on from... Actually, there's another bit of dialogue here. Just to compare and contrast, Starfield is said to have over 250,000 lines of dialogue, compared to Fallout 4, which had 111,000, and Skyrim, which only had 60,000. And that's kind of crazy to try to wrap your brain around, because I swear Skyrim was a lot bigger than that in terms of the amount of times that I had to sit there and listen through stories and conversation. But we move on to other questions that Todd Howard had answered. Apparently, they had differing ideas or opinions on how they should move forward and just how realistic they wanted the game to be. Howard was clear that this is still a video game about having fun, so they decided to pull back on some of the potential frustrations that a more realistic sci-fi setting would bring. The player could originally run out of fuel in space, leaving them floating. That would be boring. It's been since removed, and players' fuel and drive type instead limit how far players can go at once. Unrealistic, yes, but certainly less frustrating for fans. So it just seems like, it just seems like it'll limit how far you can travel in one burst of speed, if that makes sense. Now, whether or not you have to still purchase fuel every time you do a burst, who knows. But other questions include a dream home, apparently. You can own a customizable house on a peaceful planet, but you have to pay 50,000 credits for a mortgage each week. That sounds interesting. You use less oxygen if you have a companion, but more if you are alone. Interesting. Freestar Collective Settler, you gain special dialogue options and better rewards from certain factions, but higher crime bounties with others. Interesting. Hero Worshipped, a rando fan of yours, will show up to bother you frequently, but will bring gifts. I mean, that's not so bad. Introvert, more endurance while alone, less while you have companion. Kid stuff, you can visit your parents at their home, but 10% of your money will automatically go to them. I don't think I will be visiting my parents anytime soon. Neon Street Rat, gain access to special dialogue options and better rewards on Neon. Crime bounties with other factions are increased. Raised in Enlightened, gain access to a chest full of items in the House of the Enlightened, but lose access to another chest. Raised Universal, gain access to a chest full of items in the Sanctum Universum, but lose access to another chest. So these are just some of the game's traits that you can see. We'll probably end up going through all of those traits at some point either when the game's released and we do it in recording and I go through every single one or whatever. But crucially, apparently, players can remove these traits to get rid of their negative and positive effects by completing quests or activities. Players who make a poor choice early on won't need to restart the game just to re-roll their character's traits. That's nice. Finally, Howard talked a bit about the dialogue system, and we already went over that in the other article that I just showed you. So that's it. That is literally it. That's all we have for today. We went over the dialogue system, and there are some interesting traits that are to be had. I have not seen the full video, so I don't know what all else is missing in these articles from the video, but that's all the information that I have for you guys at the moment. Thank you guys for watching. We do not know when Starfield is going to release. We know it's supposed to be, I think, the first half of 2023. Upcoming Let's Plays on my part, the only one is going to be God of War Ragnarok. That comes out in November, and it is not too far away. It is currently October 13th. So 2 more days and we will be more than halfway through. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.